Hello and welcome to Dominions 5 with me, Time and Tactics. We're playing as Marignon, the empire that was broke off from Ermor. And if you want to know more about that, what troops we have and how we set up our god, go back to the setup video and take a look at that. But for now, let's take a look and see what we got in our world. We're down in the bottom right hand corner. If I zoom out, we'll see more of the world. It's only a small world. For my very first Let's Play, I'm going to go a small world, and it's going to be me against another land-based AI. So we're going to have a few ocean water provinces, but those are hard to get into. So we'll see how that goes. To win the game, we said, well, let's take a look at that. We said to win by ascension points. You need 3 to become the new god. There are 3 thrones, each one worth 3, so we have to take all 3. There is the brass throne, first of all. Oh, by the way, let's take a look and see where they're at. There's one over here. Don't know which one. There's one over here, and the one in the ocean. You know, I don't know about that. Are we going to have a problem actually being able to get out there? It could be. Well, let's go back. I'm pressing F9. Let's take a look at these 3 thrones, because not only do you win if you get them, for each one you can get the benefit. The brass throne. We must claim it. Not only do we need to own the territory, we need to send a prophet, or actually a level 3 priest over there to claim it, to get this. It will spread our dominion, the belief in our god will spread further, like a temple. And we also get 1 fire gem per turn, this one here, 1 earth gem per turn, and that's going to be good. We use those to cast spells, to improve our mages, their ability. And we also get 50 goals per turn here. So that's a pretty good one. The Throne of Night. Have to claim it. Spreads dominion, and we get Dark Vision. Dark Vision, I think, is useful in caves. Don't see a cave on this map, but okay, maybe there's another usefulness use for that. We'll see. The Throne of Stability. 1 point. Spreads dominion. Must claim it. Blessed troops get magic resistance +1. Well, that's going to be handy. But I think the brass throne is what I would like. So it's going to be tough here. We have one in the ocean, but we cannot build or recruit units that go in the ocean. But maybe if we take one of these provinces over here, we might be able to. I don't know. It might be tough here. But anyway, let's go back into our territory. We only own 1 right now. So we're in Marignon, which is province number 4. I think that's what that means. Ostmark is number 3. Robberholm is number 10. Okay, so it's a pretty good one. We have almost 30,000 in population. High income, 422. Lots of supplies, we don't use very much. Resources and recruitment points are here as well. So we get to carry over any income we don't use. And it goes right in here in our treasury. Resources and recruitment, they don't. If you don't use them, they're gone. We have a defense of 25, and that's because we have fortification here. And then if you look down here at the bottom, you can see the effects, the scales that we have going on in this province as a direct impact of our god. Remember when we set up the god, if you haven't checked it out, but when we set it up, we said to have productivity, high productivity. Based on our god, and wherever we spread our dominion, we're going to see this pop up at a certain pace, so you won't get all of it at one time. We have it here, so we have 3 productivity scales, they're called. We have 1 luck, and then 3 magic. The magic helps us to research more spells. Luck is for random events increases, and the chance that it's good is increased as well. And then productivity, see there, resources go up a lot. Income also goes up. So that's pretty good. We're really strong here. We only have 1 level of dominion, though. Dominion is this idea that the belief in your god. So it's level 1 here. It's also level 1 over here, even though we don't own that territory. It looks like we do, the outline, but the outline is only saying that that's where we have influence, that people believe in our god over any other god. This one we do own. You can see that the blinking flag there, the orange and yellow, that's Marignon's flag. The gray one here shows its independence. Alright, what else do we have in our province? Well, you can see these symbols here, and that shows these things here. So, fortification, and we have a really good fortification here. This fortification is of the highest level. I believe this citadel is the highest level. High administration. I'm reading it down below here. Gather more resources from the neighboring provinces and tax the province more efficiently. Also provide extra supplies. So if we build more fortifications in our surrounding areas, that would be good. Because then we can gather more resources here as well. So if population goes up right around this, around here, our Marignon province, we're going to gain benefit from that here as well. This one will give us 2 commander point bonus. And that means we have 3 total. You get 1 for each province, and that's what you use to recruit commanders. Recruitment point bonus, 125%. That's what you use to recruit units with. That's really good. This one, administration points for a citadel. Supply storage 5,000. Okay. Fort commander is an inquisitor. These are our free troops we get if somebody attacks. We get 32 crossbowmen and 1 inquisitor. We'll take a look at that in a second, what he means, because we can actually recruit him ourselves as well. And then walls here, fort siege defense 26. Fort is not under siege. Alright, so that's good. Something we want to keep in mind, maybe to build up forts around our area. We also have a laboratory, and that you don't get more information here. That's used to perform research. Temples. Here's where we get information on what we actually picked at the beginning when we set up our pretender god. Well, first of all, we have 1 temple. We have 2 provinces converted, this one here and that one. Dominion strength is 5, average. Chance of successful dominion spread is 75%. We could spread that 1 dominion point each month, so take over these slowly over time. And then our bless effects. That's what we get from the god, even though that god is not in the game yet. Remember, he's dormant for 1 year. We do get benefits here that I set up. Morale +3, attack skill +2, solar weapons, magic resistance +1. And the units that get that are the ones that have blessing cast on them by a priest, and the units have to be sacred. Well, we have a couple of those, but have to make sure we get more to take advantage of this effect. That's the temple. And then we have our special buildings we start with. The House of Fiery Justice. We can create a High Inquisitor and a Grandmaster. Kills demons and undeads. We get 4 fire gems and 1 astral pearl per turn. That's good. We use that to cast certain spells, and we also use it to improve the skill level of our mages. And then we have the Royal Academy. We can build or recruit architects there. They can help us out defending. They can help us out attacking castles. They can help us out building forts past a high level. Depending on who you have, you can build certain levels of fortification. And he can build higher than average. Okay, so that's what we have. So we have our 2, we have 1 area we control directly, 1 where we have dominion. And we know of a Throne of Ascension over here. As you can see, the yellow and blue dots show where we can go. Blue means you have to have a amphibious or a unit that can travel in water. So here, there's a river. Here we don't. Yellow, we can just travel across the bridge here. And also over here. So we have Ostmark, Robberholm, Silver Grove. And if you look up here, you can see what terrain there is. This is forest. Good resources, hinders movement, more magic sites. That's something we can do. Each province in the game can have a special site, 1 or more maybe even, that you can discover and give you a boost. Here we have, what's this? Farmland, high income, low resource, fewer magic sites. And then we have more forest over there. Okay, so let's take a look then and see what units we're starting with in Marignon. So right click on that, go to army setup. So we have nobody in the garrison, but we have 2 of our commanders that we get from the beginning right here. Federico, he's set up to defend right now, and he has 1 Yeah, the sword here shows how many units, how many squads he has. I was expecting to see 2 swords here for 2 squads. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Anyway, Amboise here is also defending. He's a troubadour. We're going to take a look at him in a second. So that's the units we have. There's more information about this. We'll take a look at that when the time comes for when we have to go to battle. For now, let's look at them and see what we can do. Well, Amboise here, he is a troubadour. That is basically a spy. A spy here. That's better than a scout, better than a priest to roam around the country, because what he can do, he can get additional info. That includes finding out what type of throne of ascension, but he can't go in water, so he can't actually get there. So if we assume our opponent is up here, that's too far away. We might be able to go up here. 1, 2, 3. Go for this one and find out. Let's send our troubadour out there and see if we can find out which throne that is. So if I left click on him, and then all I have to do is left click where I want to go. You can see the banners are now turning white. That's where he can travel. And we're going to travel with him. He's going to sneak. You can see the white arrow by default. So he should not be detected. He is 70, level 70 there, basically. There needs to be 70 troops patrolling to have a 50% chance of discovering him. And it's not going to be that. We're going to have independence here. Now, Federico, though. Well, right now, remember, we don't have our Pretender God in the game, right? So let's get a prophet. We can get a prophet. That is, you can pick one unit that can be the prophet. And he can spread your dominion, and as a bonus, he gains 2 levels of 2 priest levels. If he doesn't already have 3, then he only gains 1. And Federico here, he is level 1. There. So if we make him our prophet, he's going to be level 3. And that's pretty good, I think. So let's go ahead and set him up. Let's click and press space. Become the prophet. It takes a turn to do that. Alright. So he's there. I guess we can keep the units with him. Yeah, let's do that. But we should really recruit some more units so we can go and maybe attack and take some of these areas, right? Let's go to recruit units. So here we have the screen. If you watched the first episode, or episode 0, that's where we looked at all these units. So go back to that if you want to look at and see what my thinking was there. But let's keep an eye on our resources here. We have quite a bit of gold, not as much resources, and recruitment points are pretty good. We have 3 commander points, that's used for these up here, and 5 holy points. So what do we do? Well, Federico is going to be our prophet. So we could, I don't know if I need another priest, right? But he's going to be level 3. And as a level 3 priest, he can cast Divine Blessing. Any sacred units that's in a battle, whether they're far away on the map, on the battle map, or not, are going to be blessed. If you're only level 1, you can only cast Blessing in a certain range. So he's actually going to be pretty good, but we need to have some sacred units. Right now we don't have any sacred units. We only have halberdiers here, pikeneers, and we have crossbowmen, and they're not sacred. So they're good, but they have no impact. The bless will have no impact on them. So let's go back to recruit units. Well, I'm thinking I should get some of the mages maybe, so we can start casting spells in battle in some units. But there's one more thing we can do right away, if we want to, and that is recruit mercenaries. We don't know too much about them. Are not archers, so I guess they're going to be 30 archers here. He needs 150 gold. That is tempting to do, because right now we don't have very many men. We have some crossbowmen and some pikeneers. What if we hire these guys for 150? It's only temporary, but we can be sure to take maybe some of these provinces here. I think I will do that. It's not a sure thing. We have to bid, but let's bid 151. Just in case our opponent bids 150. So let's assume we're going to get that. So now I lost 150 basically if I get it. If I don't get them, then I get the money back, I believe. So let's go ahead and recruit. We already have, how many do we have actually of the crossbowmen here? We have a fair number, 10. What if I go ahead and recruit some more of these pikeneers? The problem is, they're not going to use any holy points, and I'd like to use the holy points to get some use out of them. If you remember, the flagellants are not very good, but we can get a lot of them. If they get blessed, they get decent. So, maybe if we, let's say we recruit 5 of those. No, let's not do 5. If I recruit the leader, they don't take holy points. These guys, which one takes holy points? This one, sacred. So the ones that are sacred take holy points as well. So maybe what I'll do, yeah, let's see, let's play around with the numbers a little bit. So we can get 5, we're down to 0 holy points, 199, 94, 276. Now, there's another unit that's sacred, Knight of the Chalice. But, remember what I said about having our leaders having a bodyguard? This is a nice bodyguard unit here. This one, bodyguard level 3, extremely loyal. Increased morale, right? They can really help out. So what if I put... I'm thinking our prophet, right? So what if I make... Our prophet is pretty slow though, isn't he? He's a friar. His movement, map move is 16. Combat speed 10, map on the main map. This is not super fast. Maybe these guys, man at arms. They are also bodyguards, level 2, pretty good. High protection, so won't take damage very easily. Not very strong maybe in attacking, but very high defensive skill too, avoiding being hit. If I build them, what would that cost me? I'll create them, recruit them. 14 gold, 22 resources, and 18 recruitment points. That should be fine. 1, 2, 3. Now we have to keep in mind now we have 3 commander points. I want to use them for my commanders here. Now the initiate is very inexpensive, 45, 1, 2, right? So basically gold. Not very good at researching it, only level 1 in fire, but that's still something, right? He can cast level 1 spells, and we can take a look at them in a second. The Witch Hunter, level 2 and level 1 astral, and 11, so quite a bit better. Well, how much did he cost? 185, takes up 2 command points, so we have 3. And this one also takes up 2 command points. You know, maybe I'll do... Now I don't have enough gold, see that? So maybe it will go for an initiate. If I take one off, still not enough. Yeah. Yeah, I could do it here. I can get 1 of these man-at-arms. And then I could use the rest. I'll show you here. So that's 0. Instead, let's get an initiate here. We have 1 command point left, and then we'll get these men-at-arms. That's pretty good. Leaves us 98 gold. That transfers for the next turn, and then 204 recruitment points. Can't do anything with that. We have 1 commander point though. Gold 98. Wait a minute. I can get another initiate. 1 resource. We have that. Yeah. Now notice what happened. He cost 2 command points. We're borrowing from next turn. Basically, he's grayed out. Next turn he will finish up. So that's pretty good. We'll leave it at that. We're gonna get 2 initiates. Okay. Okay, so hopefully that will work out. And we are recruiting, or we are getting that mercenary. Now, the other thing we should do is we should look at the research. Yeah, let's do that now. So we have all these schools, magic schools. That's not the same thing as what the individual mages have. They have level 1 fire, level 2 astral, what have you. These are schools. So if you look at conjuration, you can see here what is required for the mage to have in order to cast a spell, in addition to us having researched this. So once we research, level 1 of conjuration, and we have a mage with level 1 nature and level 1 water, we can cast Summon Sea Dogs, which is a ritual, needs a lab, and take 1 month to cast. So yeah, remember, our guys are fire and astral. So while this is fire, that's nature. We can get other ones, and in fact, we have some of our mages that could potentially have different skills. And also, we can take the time and use our gems that we get to increase their, to get their level. Anyway, to increase their level. So, Conjuration doesn't look like it's going to be very good for us right away. This one here, Fire Drake, obviously would be good, but that's level 4. Lesser Fire Elemental, it'd be nice to get that too, actually, but... Or Fire Ants. I can't do Fire Ants, that's right. So let's go back out of this here. We do get a few levels for free. These here, Alteration, that's random every time. We don't, well, basically all these here. So maybe it's better to go for Alteration. It's halfway done to the next level. Let's look at that. So what can we get? Well, level 0, we can't, well, need to be level 1 Astral to cast this, and we could have somebody do that. Twist Fate. And that's basically luck. Twist Fate negates the first successful strike against the one protected by this spell. It was pretty good. We can get Distilled Gold. That's a ritual. Need to have a lab, so our home province. We can then use Fire Gems, and we get gold out of that. So that's pretty good. Going down here, Combustion. You know, it doesn't look that interesting, I think. I think instead an Evocation, if we go here. Level 0, already Fireflies. So casting time 100%, that's normal, average time. 30 spaces is the range. We send out 6 of them, and cost 20 fatigue, does 6 damage. But that's pretty good. And then we can also do level 1 here. Burning Hands, Fire Darts, and Flame Bolt. Range 45, casting time 100%, precision 2, fatigue 20, damage 22. So he's going to send a bolt towards the target, but precision is very low. It's going to be very... it may not hit, basically. Fire Darts, range 30, 1% effects, precision 4, a little bit better. Does 10 damage. Number of effects, 3+. So it can hit up to 3, I think. Yeah, okay. And then we have Burning Hands. Casting time 50. It's very fast to cast. Hit 1. Fatigue cost 5. And then anyone in front of him. So if he's close quarters, somebody's coming to attack him, then we can use this. Well, I think we should go for Evocation, because look at this here. Flare. Fireball. Doesn't really matter just yet what we're doing, because we don't have anybody researching. 0 research points per month, but I'm setting it up anyway. Army setup is left, but we'll take a look at that next turn once we have a few things going on, or a few more troops being recruited. I think that's it for this turn. Well, one more thing. Let's take a look and see who we are actually up against here. These are the pretenders of the world. That's us, Ariad, and then Hathor is the next one. And we're going to go up against Pythium, Emerald Empire, which I have not played against either. So that's another splinter empire of the great empire of Urmor. Interesting. So they are humans, legionnaires, serpent cataphracts, gladiators, hydras. They have astral, air, water, some fire, high magic gem income. Priests are powerful. Standard forts. Okay, so this is all the units they have. Let's take a look at them when we get the chance. Yeah, look at that. Astral, air. You can see what they're getting. So they're getting different things. We'll look at that as we get in touch with them, I think, instead of doing that now. But let's go ahead and say enter. And I think I've done everything I should. Research, we did that. Recruitment, and we're moving our troubadour. Okay. So now we are in late spring of the year 0. A proclamation. Federico the Friar is now the prophet. That's right. And we did get Arnaud's archers. Let's take a look at that. They will... Wait a minute. Let's go back here. This month and 2 more months they will stay with us for 150 gold. So we really need to take advantage of them now. Can we actually attack, you know, to make it worthwhile? Don't know. But as you can see right away here, we now have found out what is around us. And it looks like, there's quite a few here. 50 enemy units, light cavalries, heavy cavalries, and militias. Commanded by Geseric the Priest. That looks too hard for me. Heavy cav, light cav. It's going to be fast. It's going to maybe hit us. But what about up here? 40. Light infantry, archers, and militias. That might be something you want to do. So what if we take our army now, including our new leader, and our no here, and go up to this territory and then this one. Because you can see from here we can go up there. And by the way, you can see our dominion spread over here now too. So here we have what? 70 enemy units. Bear tribe warriors. They're not very strong, I don't think. Taking a chance there maybe. So this month and 2 more months. So I can attack with him right away if I want to. Let's look at our army setup now. And this screen shows us what we have in our garrison. We recruited these units last time. And we have 3 leaders, so you can see what they actually have. Barbamush here doesn't have anything. Arno, the guy we recruited, has 30. Okay. And the order is for them to fire. Yeah, they're going to fire their bows. He can have up to 3 squads and 100 men. He only has 30 right now. And they need 31 supplies every turn, which is fine. Oh, he's also actually a experienced soldier. This here means that's experience level 1. Means his attack skill goes up by 1. We don't owe him anything. We can actually use his troops. If they die, does not matter to us. We paid for him to come into the battle and help us out. Now, we do have a couple units here. What if I take... Federico's can only control 2 units, though. Now, the if you give him a bodyguard, they don't count against that, I don't believe. So if I go ahead and say, for these units, let's set them as guard commander. And now we're back to 0 morale. They said -1 there before, now it's 0. So bodyguard of 4, we're protecting him there. Well, he can have 3 though. So maybe what we'll do, we'll take our flagellants and give them to Arnaud. Can't do it because he is a mercenary. And that means we should probably give him to our initiate here. 0 out of 1. He can have 1 more. So if I take them and put him there. Now, we haven't actually said anything. Oh, the commander morale bonus is -1. He's a very weak leader, but that's fine. We'll leave him there. So what we can do is we can also position them on the actual map. So we should put Arnaud. He is there in the middle. He's the white one there. Let's go back and say for these guys, they're in the back right now. We'll put them on line formation and maybe further up. Back here. No, there. Put them here. They're going to be there. What kind of order are they going to have? They're going to have fire. So they're going to fire, that's fine. They picked their own target. Sounds good. And battle orders for Arnaud himself. Well, where's he going to be? He's going to be right there behind him. That's fine. We can probably have him stay behind troops. If he dies, it's unnecessary. How good is he anyway? So broadsword, 16 damage, slash damage, which I will look up for next time. Exactly what that does. Defense, very defensive there, but he can take damage. Morale 14, pretty high. Okay, we'll put him there, back there. So he's going to be right behind. You can see where they're highlighted in white. That's how they're set up. Arnaud himself is going to be in white, right behind the bowman there. Okay, so then what do we do with... that's him. Down here we have the flagellants. They're pretty much expendable. Let's go ahead and set them up. We'll put him here. And we can't do anything because he is... I don't think we can do anything here because the leader is not very good. You have to have at least 3 squads. You have to be able to lead at least 3 squads to have set formation. We can do box or skirmish. We'll do box. Put him in front of the archers, I think. Yeah, there's fine. And what kind of order are they going to have? Hold and attack. We have 5 of them. We can say guard, actually. Let's do that. Let's say guard instead. So if I take them, not there, but I say this one. Guard commander. Good. So now we are, they're back. We don't have to worry about them. They're going to take care of him. Well, maybe. So now bodyguards. Perfect. So we have the 2 of them there, 2 bodyguards. And we do have 2 other units. These are the pikeneers. Pretty good. I'm going to put them in front. I'm going to put... I can't put them in line. Level 3. I have to put them here. Put them there. And then the crossbowmen, we'll put them back here. So they can fire from there. And then also, let's see here. What about Federico himself? He's back there. Yeah, let's keep him back there. And we can give him orders. And he can do... He can cast a spell. Let's see if we have anything we want to do. Well, we do want to do Divine Blessing. That will give us the entire battlefield. It's pretty slow. 125% means it's slower than average, which would be 100. We'll do that. We'll do Divine... That's only our flagellants are going to be impacted by that, but I think that is worth it, right? We can also do Blessing, normal, speed. But let's do that. Let's do Divine Blessing. And then after that, let him figure out what he wants to do himself, but stay behind the troops. Looks good. So he's going to do that. Our no is done. We don't have any orders for these 2, though. They're going to do fire. So they will use all their missiles. If enemies are close to the squad, or if friendly troops are close to the target, the squad will advance or attack. Let's do that instead. And he can pick his own target there. Looks good. That's him. And then our pikeneers. Should we do hold an attack for 2 turns? They will wait and then they will go on to the offensive there. Let's do that. Alright, so now we have set up our units. I think it looks pretty good. We've used up all of them. And we should be able to take out at least one. The units here, I mean. 40 enemy. It's only light infantry, archer, and militias. So let's take these 3 now and give them order here and to move up there. Okay, what else do we need to do? And we should recruit, right? Let's go here again and we'll say recruit. Now he's on his way. We have 2 points left. Remember, he needed 2 and we used 1 last time, so now he's using the other 1. We can say, I'd like this Grandmaster. Look at him here. Level 3 Fire, Level 2 Astral, Level 2 Priest, and on top of that, he gets 1 more of something, and maybe an additional 1 after that. But he's very, very expensive, 370. So if I take him here, he's not going to be ready now, unfortunately, -2. And then I still have gold to build more, or to recruit more flagellants. But then I don't have any more gold, right? I'm out of commander points, so I could use maybe pikeneers. Man-at-arms, I could get another one of those. I kind of like them. 2 more man-at-arms? How many do we have right now? 4. If you have 5 or less, you can be a bodyguard. So I kind of like those man-at-arms, but they're not... They are not sacred units. It cannot be blessed. What if I take and get the Knight of the Chalice here? No, I can't. I have to get rid of one of those. Remember, any sacred unit you recruit cost holy points. So you got to use that. So if I can't do him either because 50 gold. There, I could do this. I could do that. And then I have 8 gold left. I get 1 Knight of the Chalice, but I'm not using up all my holy points now. Is that important? Yeah, kind of. Let's wait till we have more money to get that. So instead we can do this. There, I mean that's my number 5. That can be a bodyguard. And then we could increase our pikeneers. I'm tempted to do that. 10 gold, we can get 2 of them. What about the crossbowmen? Same thing. 2 of them. 2. Yeah, we cannot get 2 of this guy. 28 is what that cost. Okay. I'm tempted to take more pikeneers to protect those crossbowmen. There. Okay, that will have to do it. Let's say we call that good. And our research, we're not researching anything right now. Alright, well, I think that will have to do it for this time, guys. I'm over my time here, but I will come back next time and we'll see if we can do against, what was this area called? The robber home here. And take that. Bye, guys.